Okay, welcome back to my opinion again. I just got done cleaning my pistol, and I also went ahead and cleaned because I did shoot my rifle a little bit while I was at the range shooting my pistol. It was an outdoor range. Um, I shot my DDM4 A1. It's a Daniel Defense, and I wanted to clean it too. So I just got done cleaning it, got it all cleaned up. And what I wanted to go over with you a little bit is some things to check when you're cleaning your rifle. It didn't happen this time, but it has happened before, and I'm sure some of you know what I mean. But some things to check your rifle whenever you are cleaning it. One of the biggest things you want to check when you're cleaning it is, of course, fractures, cracks, anything like that in the bolt carrier group. Uh, Make sure your firing pin is in good condition, good and you know not chipped anywhere or anything like that, because that's a different kind of steel than a lot of the rest of the rifle. Uh, you know, and some bolt carrier groups and bolts themselves are not equal to others. Some are, like in this, some are magnetically particle tested, uh, and a whole bunch of chrome lined barrels and a whole bunch of different things that add quality to your rifle that make it much more durable. But if you just have, say like a great rifle, a Smith and Wesson M&P Sport, it's not going to be magnetically particle tested. It's not going to be a chrome lined barrel, I don't believe. And there's a lot of controversy on the chrome lined barrels. Personally, I've had I forget what it's called, melanite lined barrels and things like that. I shoot just fine. They're actually a little bit more accurate, and chrome lined barrels over time will wear down. It takes quite a bit, but are they, hammer forged barrels or not? Like this is a hammer forged barrel, and that adds a lot of expense. These are completely stripped at the gun store. New rifle. These are over $2,000. Daniel Defense, any of them. But you just want to check a lot of stuff on these. Um, like I said, make sure your bolt carrier group's not fractured. All your other parts. Look at any chipping, any unnecessary wearing on certain parts. Of course, you're going to get a lot of the blue worn off, a lot of the color worn off. You're going to see steel. You're going to see shiny steel, things like that. Although this has had hundreds of rounds through it, the bolt carrier uh, seems to be black as it could be. It's got a little wear, but not much. But you want to check that. Check your springs, little parts in these rifles. And when you're cleaning, keep your little cup or something, some kind of little thing to put your little pins and stuff in, because you lose one of those, it's a pain in the ass. You can get them and they're pretty cheap, but you might have to wait a while, and you have to order them generally. Um, but yeah, you want to check those things. Um, One of the big things, like in these, especially if you have uh, bolted on uh, foregrips and so forth, check your screws and stuff. Make sure everything's good and tight. Make sure everything's blue steeled or red steeled, depending on how you feel about it. Um, Make sure your magazines are good. Make sure the springs are nice and uh, sturdy and bouncing back and so forth. Uh, Make sure your equipment works. Like my EOTech, got to check them batteries. My flashlight on here, got to check those batteries. Um, Make sure your foregrip is good and secure. Sometimes you got to batten down the hatches on everything. It's 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 a mechanical device. You have to maintain it. You have to oil it. You have to check it. Just like your car, you know, you go and get the oil changed. If somebody else does it, and then you got to check it. You got to look at it. Make sure they didn't screw anything up. Forget to put a plug in or something. Make sure you didn't leave a pin out. Things like that. Uh, Make sure stuff works. Check your backup sites, etc. Um, you really got to maintain these. Even if you don't shoot them and you never go out because you don't get opportunity, it's so expensive now. Because I hadn't shot in a while with my rifle. Um, but I wanted to get it out and shoot a little bit with my pistol the other day. And, you know, of course, no problems. I've never had any issues with this Daniel Defense, the DDM4A1, or any other Daniel Defense. I've owned another one before, too. Gave it to my son. Uh, so he, to graduate high school, to make sure he worked hard because he wanted that rifle. I gave him a DDM4 V11 Pro. Yeah, I know. But anyway, you have to really check these things. Make sure your magazine's going in and out. Make sure everything's good. If you have a bag lever on there, make sure it works properly. Check your safety and so forth. Make sure it's working right. Check your function after you're done cleaning. Always check the function of your firearm after you're done cleaning because you want to make sure that everything's functioning properly. Make sure it's unloaded, of course. Rack the slide or the bolt carrier, and get you some dummy rounds. I'm a big advocate of dummy rounds or snap caps, whatever you want to call them. But check everything. Check your flashlight. Make sure it's working. You know, um, it's just very important. You got to check these things. You have to maintain this piece of equipment. It's very important. It's very vital. Remember, you have this for a reason. Even if you don't go out and shoot hardly ever, and you leave it in the corner of your bedroom or whatever by your bed, get it out every now and then. Give it a light coat of oil. Check it out. You just never know. Things tear up and we have no clue how it did. Or, it could just be sitting there and get locked up over time, rusting away and you didn't even know it. I had a couple pistols a long, long time ago in a car and they were rusting. I had to get rid of one of them. That was when I was like a teenager or something, but or in my 20s. Anyway, yeah, just maintain your equipment, guys. Maintain. This is for emergency use. For just in case that shit happens or something else happens. I mean, look at COVID. Look at all the rioting. Maintain your equipment. Check it out. Give it a good going over. But anyway, like, share, and subscribe. Stay safe and be safe. I've been forgetting to say that in the last couple videos, I think. Stay safe and be safe. Thanks, guys.